Today we have an example of our Lamborghini Aventador here. The wheels get pretty dirty from these carbon ceramics and everyday driving. And we're going to use our wheel cleaner with a regular hose to show you how effective it could be just with a couple sprays of this. So we're going to spray it around the wheel, let it soak in for about 15 to 30 seconds, let it agitate any kind of buildup that's on there, and get it to work and make it really easy to clean the wheel following with the additional steps that we're going to go after this. All right, so we're going to take it here. We're going to soak the wheel, let it sit for about 15 to 30 seconds. For these wheels, probably about 30 seconds because they're a little dirtier, and let it go to work. So here's what we got. Just want to spread it evenly over everything. That way all the spokes get taken care of. Real nice and even sprays. So now, let it sit for about 15 to 30 seconds. Then we're just going to take a regular garden hose because a lot of these other companies like to use a power washer, which I think defeats the purpose of what the wheel cleaner actually does. And we're going to show you how effective it is just of using an everyday hose that anybody can themselves. But here's what we got. So you see some of it agitating, turning red, taking off any kind of iron deposits, any kind of iron buildup. Pretty much breaking it all down. All right guys, so now that we got the wheels clean with our wheel cleaner, agitating anything on the surface and the inside of the wheels, we can't forget about the tires and the fender wells that also build up a lot of dirt and buildup. So what we have here, we're gonna use our all-purpose cleaner here, and that's gonna get all the grime and the dirt and the buildup that nobody else really likes to clean, but this stuff gets the job done. So we're gonna spray it evenly along the tire. We're gonna work it in with our all-purpose microfiber and also the fender well that gets off any kind of buildup inside there too. So we're gonna spray it evenly across the tire and then the fender well. So nice eco-friendly finish here, but still gets the job done, so we're killing two birds with one stone. All right, so got that there. You got your all-purpose microfiber. You can spray a little bit on there just to agitate it. Then you're just gonna work it in, make sure these tires get cleaned up, back to normal. So when the process is all done, when it comes time to use the tire shine, it bonds to the tire correctly. Cleaning up anything else on top of those tires. Old tire shine, dirt, buildup, whatever. You can see how much is taken off here. So, fender wells, the hard to reach areas. That's what the all-purpose is for. All the dirty areas. All right, once we get that cleaned up, just gonna rinse it off. Make sure you rinse it off thoroughly. We're going to move on to finishing the wheel the rest of the way when it comes to really detailing it the correct way. So we got our car shampoo filled up here inside our bucket. A couple wheel brushes here you'll see. I'll go over them as we go. And also our all-purpose microfiber here. So you got the surface of the wheel first we're going to want to go after, which we'll use our all-purpose microfiber here. And just take a nice dunk inside the car shampoo, get it filled up with as much as you can, and you're gonna go over everything. So, getting the lip first, and it's nice to use a microfiber like this because with a wheel like this with all these spokes, it's really nimble and it just gets inside everything. All right, now the face of the wheel is all cleaned up with our all-purpose microfiber and our car shampoo. We're gonna get the inside of these wheels. Now obviously, you can't really fit your hand inside here without cutting yourself all over. So you're gonna wanna have a nice wheel cleaner brush like this, very nice and nimble for the inside. Get it all soaked up and then you can hit every single spoke. Go through every single spoke to get the entire inside of the wheel without having to, end up in the emergency room with all cuts all over your hand. So, same thing, work its way in. Let the car shampoo go to work. Now as you remember, the wheel cleaner already did the heavy lifting, so the car shampoo and the wheel brush is just getting whatever's left behind, leaving behind a clean surface. All right, so now that the wheel's all rinsed thoroughly, we did our wheel cleaner first, got all the big stuff off. Then we went through with our car shampoo with our all-purpose microfiber and our wheel cleaner brush. Rinsed it all off again, and everything's ready to be dried. So we got our Sidekick Master Air Blaster here. Sidekick Air Blaster here. The Master one's actually even bigger, but this thing has a lot of pack for its punch. So here's what we got. Start from the top to the bottom, just like we did with anything else, and dry it all up. So here we go. All right guys, so now the wheel's all dry. after our wheel cleaning process. And to touch it all off or top it all off, we're gonna use our Synergyworx detail spray, give it a nice little finish, a nice shine, make sure it's back to 100% before we take it to any kind of car shows, or just put it away like some of these guys do. I'll never get it, but hey, to each their own. Either way, our stuff is gonna get the job done. So with the wheel like this, instead of spraying all over the wheel and getting all over the place, we do like to spray it onto the microfiber directly, because a lot of hidden spaces here that we don't want to let the detail spray sit behind and just let it sit. So we're going to spray a little bit onto our detailing microfiber, get it nice and prepped, and then again, go through each spoke. These wheels are a little bit more tedious than others because there are a lot of spokes here. So when you notice that the microfiber starts to dry up a little bit, apply some back to it, make sure it stays lubricated, that way there's no scratching, and you will have a nice, clean, slick finish on your wheels. And you'll notice too, after the wheel cleaning process, there's not a lot of dirt getting onto this, because a lot of the other products went to work really nice. The wheel cleaner, the car shampoo did really nice. There's not a lot left behind on this detailing microfiber. So that's how you know that these products really do their thing when it comes to putting in the work. So wheels clean, fender wheels are clean, tires cleaned, everything's back to normal. Honestly, a car doesn't look clean or detailed until the tires are shined. So we have our Synergyworx tire shine here. It's SAL2 infused. It's dry to the touch in just 10 minutes. You can layer it like a ceramic coating. This stuff is pretty cool. So we have our tire shine applicator here. A couple pea-sized drops we're gonna do, nothing crazy. And then we're gonna spread it along even throughout the tire. So we wanna make sure that the tire shine gets onto the tire itself. For whatever reason, if the tire shine gets onto the wheel again, no big deal, just touch it up with detail spray. But we're gonna give it a nice glossy finish. That way the car actually looks detailed, because we all know the car doesn't look detailed until the tires are shined. All right guys, so that pretty much wraps up how to clean a wheel 101. We started with our wheel cleaner, letting it sit on the wheel for about 15 to 30 seconds, agitating any surface buildup on the surface of the wheel. We then followed up with our all-purpose cleaner, going after our tire, our fender well, all the dirty parts that none of these other products really want to get their hands on. So the all-purpose comes in clutch there. Once the wheel was rinsed thoroughly, we followed up with our car shampoo with our all-purpose microfiber and our detailing brush. That got all the ins and outs of anything on the wheels. Once the wheel was dried off with our Sidekick air blaster, we followed up with our detail spray to give it a nice gloss effect, nice shine effect. Make sure the wheel was back to 100% before applying our tire shine to the tires to top everything off. So between these 5 products here, that's gonna bring us back to 100% on the wheels and tires, and you're gonna be ready to hit the road in no time.